Hi guys! If you are an international student or a Dutch student looking for a place in Utrecht, you've probably already realised it is incredibly difficult to find something. So today I'm trying to give you my top 5 tips for finding a place. Since I have been living in Utrecht, I originally planned on staying 4 months and I've now been here for a year. So I have lived in 5 different houses, mainly due to my own bad planning. So don't stress too much, but I am experienced in finding houses. So let's begin. My number 1 tip is to start early, like as early as possible. The earlier you start, the less competition there is, particularly if you can begin before people get their master's offers. So if you know early that you're coming to Utrecht, go and start searching for houses now, or as soon as you know. There are people who know that they're going on exchange and they might put their room up early, and if they only have 20 people respond to the post rather than 100, you're going to find it much easier to find something. I found my first place in June and I wasn't arriving till August, so lots of time to get yourself organised. Tip number 2 is to use every platform possible. Use Facebook, use paid sites, use the university housing website, and follow every single link on that and try and get on every platform you can. There are tens and tens of Facebook groups that you can join. Kamer in Utrecht is like the most popular. I'll put that here somewhere. It's the most popular page and has probably the most responses as well. There are paid pages such as Kamernet and I think Holland to Stay, and then there's also Housing Anywhere. I will leave them somewhere. All of these places I was searching daily, and I was looking absolutely everywhere for a house. I joined multiple Facebook groups. My number 3 tip, is when you are approaching these people and asking to live with them, write them a nice message. Don't just be sending a message that says, "Hi, I want the room, is your room available, how much is your room," etc. Write a really nice message. So have a look at what they advertise, have a look at what sort of people they are, whether you'd like to live with them, and try and write something that relates to them. So if they're student studying, write about how you're a student studying, or tell them about yourselves, tell them what you like, what you dislike, whether you like going out on the weekends, or whether you're a little bit more of a grandma, or whether you love heavy rock music, or whether you sing in the shower. I don't know what it might be. These people are sometimes getting hundreds of messages, so you really need to make yourself stand out. And that's why I would advise not just writing, "Hi, I want your room." Everyone wants the room. Number 4, dedicate a certain amount of time per day to actually searching for these places. So if you are one of the first responders to the post, you're obviously going to be seen earlier, and the more and more responses people get, the less likely they are to read the messages. If you can be there in that top 20 responses, you're more likely to get invited to one of the Hospice or asked to Skype. So if you can dedicate a certain time per day that is like, okay, this is the time I search for houses, that's great. I found it really helpful. I had one time in the morning that I did it and one time in the evening that I did it. I also set all of the Facebook groups, I pinned them at the top of my Facebook newsfeed. So when I logged on, the first thing I saw was tens and tens of houses, and I would just send my message off to them as soon as possible. Write this nice message, but copy and paste it, put it somewhere on your desktop so that every time you can just edit it a little bit and send it to the next person. Eventually you'll end up with a really, really nice message because you will have sent it and edited it so much that you'll know what works and what doesn't work. Tip number 5 is, if you can be here to attend the Hospice nights that people have, these hospitality evenings, do. If you can come to Utrecht and actually search for houses physically in person, it's going to be much easier for you. It's difficult when there's so much choice to Skype with someone and to get a feel for a person over the internet. So both for you and for them. If you can be here, it's helpful, but it's not entirely necessary. I was never in the country, or I wasn't in the country looking for my house originally, and luckily the girl that I ended up living with were nice enough to Skype with me and they were happy to do so. So always offer to Skype. People want to meet who they would be living with, and hopefully that works out for you. Otherwise, yeah, being here is a real advantage. But I understand that that's actually not possible for everyone. It wasn't possible for me, and it might not be possible for you. Just tell people straight up that you can't attend the Hospice and that you will Skype with them whenever they can. And finally, it's not really a tip obviously, but don't be discouraged. There are houses out there. It can be a really long process, and I think I sent 100 messages before I found a place. It's really competitive, it's really difficult, but I've now ended up in only wonderful houses with only wonderful people. So just keep trying, tell everyone you know that you're looking for a place. Watch out for scammers, Have a look on the Utrecht University housing website, and they tell you how to identify scammers, so make sure you do that. But yeah, check out the website, do what they say on there, start looking early. Good luck finding a house.